Hi, I'm Matt Vandehaar, Pioneer Field Agronomist. I'd like to share some updates on what we're seeing in the fields here for the month of May for central and southern Iowa. So first off, we had a lot of planting done around that Easter time frame. And we're ahead of the Midwest as far as planting progress on the corn side. And really, most of that corn took 2.5 to 3 weeks to come out of the ground. So we're seeing some uneven stands where you got some runs pushed out of the ground while the rest of the corn is emerged. And we'd expect that when we had some soil temperature fluctuations since planting. No-till fields have a little more fluctuations than the till fields. Behind me, you can see where we did some tillage and then some no-till. You can definitely tell the stands are much better in the tilled areas or just on rows where we actually got the residue pushed away. Also on the corn side, we'd had some anhydrous burn show up as kind of expected with the hectic spraying, some desiccation of the radicle that's delayed some of this corn coming through the ground. Watch this especially maybe some sandy areas or some areas that just didn't receive much rainfall between the actual anhydrous application and planting. We also seen some of these conditions as far as anhydrous burn in some areas where really the bar went through in a little more muddy conditions, kind of smeared a little bit more than expected and didn't allow that gas to go anywhere until planting occurred. So keep an eye on your fields for anhydrous burn. Also on the corn side, we're seeing some unevenness as far as planting depth. If you planted some compacted conditions, also some sidewall smearing. If you're on the early end or pushed it as the soils are drying out in a planting window, we're a little bit concerned about that continued root growth if you planted to compacted situations or smeared that sidewall. Also on the corn end, there's some parts of far southern and far southeast Iowa that had some ponding. We'll manage and look through those populations as they come through and see if there's any replanting needed for those areas. On the soybean side, we've had some pretty good emergence so far of the early soybeans planted around Easter. We've seen some soybeans pop through, a little bit uneven, but we got a long ways to go as far as soybean emergence, and maybe less impact than the corn if it comes out maybe 2 or 3 days after the rest of the stand. We also expect a little bit of that halo effect from ILevo-treated soybeans, which would be important this spring. We've had a cool, wet spring. We'd expect some sun death syndrome. We've seen some residue issues as far as not getting the trash out of the row. So make sure you're managing your trash appropriately to make sure you got that seed bed in a fit condition and also not getting too much residue and really delaying that emergence on the soybean side unevenly throughout the field. So if you have any questions, please ask your Pioneer Field Agronomist or your Pioneer rep for more information.
That concludes this Pioneer Growing Point Agronomy video podcast. Visit our page on pioneer.com and follow us on Twitter and Facebook for more agronomy insights.